That's Trigger Hill, where the Army's elite became the finest marksmen in the land. Caelandia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles. Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Caelandian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. The kit ain't bad, but the Triggers were better. If you want to master the art of the firearm, then the place to go is Trigger Hill. Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Caelandian army carbine. Sometimes you had to shoot from the hip. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. Kid blows through that course like it was nothing. The hill's quite a bit steeper now that the Calamity's had its way. The Caelandian army would have recruited him in a flash. The Triggers, my brothers, bravest men I ever knew. No risk of Culford Cauldron ever erupting again, they used to say. Guess they were wrong. Not everything blew up in the Calamity. Why, Culford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. Best to keep out of the cauldron. It's awful hot in there. One thing's worse than the heat in Culford Cauldron. The smell. Like rotten eggs. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. sure we dusted off a good many secrets out here. It's awful hot in there. Discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found. Place as inhospitable as they come. But still Still, we pressed on. After all, when we looked down inside Culford Cauldron, looked down through all the smoke and flames, we saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. But where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Best to keep out of the cauldron. Kid don't shed your tears for him, though. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The culture, a still life of old unwanted keepsakes. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight. They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city. Nothing makes a gun so dangerous as a keen eye. Now we're looking at some serious firepower. Arrows like that can practically find their own way. Best not let them get too close if you only got a bow and a carbine. There's something you should know about the kid. But let me take it from the top. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. What was I saying? Anyway. We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Sand. Grady Incinerator's where we sent off all our trash to be burned or be eaten by the wilds. Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings east of Caelondia. In all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers. Blasted things would swoop in and spread trash all around, until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint. The peckers were willing to fight tooth and nail for all that trash. You'd almost think those peckers like getting cooked. At least it won't get cold around here with that thing around. On the inside, a fire bellows ain't nothing like its more popular air-spitting cousin. Know how we kept the city clean? We put all our trash in Grady Incinerator. Peckers that flock together were easy pickings. Keeping the incinerator clean was a paying job, but not a pleasant one. Wasn't any other way to teach those peckers some respect. Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash? The cinders kept the city good and warm, made it thrive.